Right. Okay. To start, everybody just Shizentai. Nice. And then imagine someone's punching you. We're going to do a little bit of Tai Sabaki, so like really super basic. You're getting out of the way. So moving from your center, keep your back straight. Inner thigh muscle squeeze, heel pivot, and just turn 90 degrees. And then as you go back, you're going to go on the ball of the foot, back to straight knee. Okay, then opposite leg, yeah? So left leg's going to move, back straight, inner thigh muscle squeeze, rotate, heel pivot. And then push back, ball of foot. Okay, so we're going to go 90 degrees, back 90 degrees. First one, heel, second one, ball. First one, heel, second one, ball. Okay, so one count, there, back. Take your time, nice and relax. Okay, let right leg move first. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, shich. One count there, back. Hach, kyo, and jaw. Okay, if you're doing it correctly, like you're slowly moving back. Yeah, if you just watch, like I'm here, my feet are just in camera, like I'm going back on my heel, forward on the ball of the foot, back on my heel, forward ball of foot, heel, ball. So each time I do that rep, I'm kind of moving one foot's length backwards, yeah? So like this is super orchestrated, kind of like not particularly useful in any sense, except that I want you to really kind of feel that connection and be precise with what you're moving. Understand? Yeah? Okay, guys, couple of minutes, let me see what you're doing, go for it. Yeah, if you're wearing trainers and outside, be careful, like Linda, yeah, there's a number of people, like this is going to put pressure on your knee if there's that much resistance. Hopefully, most of you haven't got resistance, that much resistance. So, but just be careful. Be mindful of your environment. Okay, yeah, mate, just watch. Guys, so look, this one, I've seen a couple of people doing this. I've seen some people stepping, yeah? So you're stepping with your foot and then turning and stepping and turning. Like, try to make it kind of just a function of hip rotation. Hips rotating, hips rotating. Hip rotating, hip rotating. Yeah, so you're just moving from your center, that old cliche. But also another thing is that, like, feel like you're dropping. Like you go from this Shizen natural position, and you'll gain out the way, and you drop, and then you're driving forward, and then you relax again. So you feel like Shizen natural position, hip pull, and then drive forward. Your hip is pulling, ball of heel, and drive forward, ball of foot. Understand? Keep your back straight, keep your bum in. Go for it, guys. Couple more minutes. Back straight, Sam. You're kind of leaning forward. Don't leave, like, try to kind of pivot on your heel as you're stepping back, yeah? Don't leave that foot facing forward. I mean, it's easy to do that, but I really want this is an exercise to build up that inner thigh muscle control, so work on it on every opportunity, yeah? Then Pallavi, we're not making Zenkusatsu facing the other way, it just means Shizentai all the way through. Shizentai. So you're in Shizentai, you're still in Shizentai, you're still in Shizentai. There's Shizentai, not turning to Zenkai. Okay, good. We've gone forever that. Like, guys, this is like first principle kind of thinking, yeah? How do you move? How can you kind of control your body? How can you shift? Like, it's the building blocks of everything that we're doing, yeah? So just try to kind of always work on those points. But like I said, that we can't spend forever just doing that, yeah? I'm not Steve Booble, yeah? So just kind of constantly think about what you're doing. Okay, but like for now, exactly the same, pivot your hip, heel rotation, and then you wrap it as you go, and then as you come back, think Oizuki, Gakuzuki Firi, yeah? So heel, rotate, release your wrapping feeling, and then as you drive, ball of foot, punch feeling, yeah? So heel on the Urakan, ball of foot on the punch. This Urakan punch feeling. Understand? So exact same thing, you're just adding an extra element. Go for it, guys. Tomorrow, not stiff, yeah? Urakan, snap, snap, snap. Relax, whip. Also the punch as well, yeah? Matt Sensei, don't feel like you have to hold your form on the punch. Relax, relax. Try not to have that dead space, yeah? Like there's no pauses in nature. You got to understand this, right? So it's a very funny joke. Nobody gets that apart from these two. Okay, there's no pauses in nature, so don't have dead space, yeah? Don't be kind of going, one, stop, two. Have that sense of rotate, 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 rotate. It's not in the back feeling, yeah? Rotate this, 1, 2 feeling, yeah? Kind of try to be fluid, try to be relaxed and fluid. Go for it, go for it. Come on, minutes.
I just want to flash you guys.
Yeah, that's it, that's it. Strong punch though, Vivian. I'm watching. Whole body behind it, yeah? Yeah. Well, that's Tetsu. Okay, good. Guys, everyone understand? Yes. If you got any questions, I will give you 10 seconds to answer the question. Ask the question, should I say? No? Everybody's good? Okay, so, guys, like there's a little bit of stiffness with the Urakan. I want to try to kind of release that a little bit, but like, I kind of want to move on, yeah? So just be mindful of that Urakan not making it stiff, but also kind of like, well, we've got to move on and try to add a little bit of fluidity. Okay, this time, like we've built up that kind of connection to our hips. We've built up that connection to the ball of the foot. This time, I just want you to feel like you're getting out the way and on the ball of your foot. So not heel. So we did heel, ball of the foot, yeah? But natural movement, there's never heel rotation, never heel pivot, should I say. So from here, release Urakan. You're on the ball of your foot. Then release Chokazuki. Relax, relax, ball of foot. And then now you're kind of staying where you are. You're not creeping back, yeah? Ball of foot rotation, ball of foot rotation. And I think it's actually only Linda outside, but nobody should have any issues now with kind of like your what am I trying to say? The tension within your pivot point, yeah? There should be very little friction. You're just pivoting on the ball of foot. Okay, try it, guys. Give it a go. You got any questions? You know what to do. Back straight, though, guys. Back straight.
Sensei,
yeah.
With the punch, are you sending the hip and hand from there, or are you rotating and sort of...
No, stand. Halavi, I know it's ages since you trained, but we're doing Urakan forward. Urakan forward. Punch forward. Tai Sabaki, someone's attacking you. Bomb, you hit them, Urakan bomb, you hit them a punch. It's been so long you've trained, you forgot which way is showman and which way is not showman. Full rotation though, Andrea Moon. Full rotation, don't just step back, yeah? Elizabeth, get into camera where I can see you. Okay, yeah, mate, guys, just watch. So, like, this is what I'm seeing from quite a few of you. Like, now that we've taken the brakes off a little bit, I'm asking you to kind of be a little bit more free. Like, a lot of people are stepping back Urakan and just kind of stepping forward, Chokazuki, Uruzuki, whatever you want to call it. But, like, I still want you to have that basic rotation. You're getting out of the way, getting back in, yeah? You're using your hip to get out of the way, and then using your hip to get back in again. And so you're still having that kind of 90 degree rotation like we talked about before, yeah? And like, that's one point. So be careful that you still kind of following that kind of first principle, yeah? Second thing that I want you to think about is how you're releasing this punch. Like, if you kind of go flat-footed, you made your racket, you pivot on your heels, you're flat-footed, it's kind of a little bit natural to step and then punch. Body mass, land, boom, punch. But if you kind of are a little bit more light on your feet, a little bit more engaged in your stance, then this kind of coiled position, you're creating a coiled position which will boom, naturally be released. You know, it's a little bit like, it's a little bit like Oizuki, yeah? If you're going to step forward Oizuki, you know, like for sure, well, you can wait in order to use that leg to power that fish. You know, you drive from this leg, you're waiting, and it's that back leg drive, which is from this angle. It's that back leg drive that produces the Oizuki, right? This is sport leg. But equally, Gakuzuki uses this leg, yeah? Gakuzuki is using this leg, and that kind of technique in between, that Kurozuki where you're driving but pushing, heel comes off the ground, you're still continuing to push, your body's in motion, and boom, you're hitting that middle point. So I want you to have that feeling. And if your feet are dead, you're not going to have that feeling. You understand? So just for now, ball of foot. So you're relaxing, releasing, yeah? There's back, feeling and release. Ball of foot, land, release, punch. Okay? 2 more minutes, guys, go for it. Any questions? Just ask. Don't think that your feet go any farther apart than Shizentai, yeah? So don't think that your feet are more than shoulder width apart away from each other. You're in Shizentai, you step back, Shizentai, Yurakan, you step forward, Kurozuki, move, transitioning from Shizentai to Shizentai. Don't step back, yeah? Yeah. Okay. Hayame. Guys, everyone understand? Yeah. The one thing I would say is that there is that kind of gap, that delay. You know, like we said it so many times, we feel like, you know, the kind of the rubber ball throwing against the wall. The harder you throw it there, the quicker and faster and stronger it's going to bounce back, yeah? So if you're kind of stepping back, holding your forms, and then you end up being a gap between the Yuraki and Gakuzuki, I want you to feel like this is 1-2. You know, as quick as possible in the sense that you're shifting back and going forward, but you're just creating that Tai Sabaki, the body raging. So as soon as you're out of the way, you can go back in again. There's 1-2 feeling. Whereas a lot of people are kind of waiting until they come back and then punching straight. No, someone's attacking, you've made this Yurakan. You've got out the way. 1, and then you're kind of punching directly in front of you. Here, you're going to punch there, you're coming back. You're not 1, 2, and kind of fixated by a kind of predetermined sense of where you should be punching. Understand? Okay. Last time, student power, yeah? Okay, okay, so right leg moving first, left hand Yurakan, punch, 1 count, yeah? Okay, 8, 7, 2, go! Look! 6, hunch! Come! Jaw! Ayame. Okay, guys, I gotta say, the vast majority of you are punching straight. So, you know, you're facing showmen, and like you're imagining someone's coming in, you know, you're kind of dropping, getting out the way, making your racken, and then coming back to the straight line to punch. And then that produces a gap, yeah? But like, I want you to think about kind of, like we just briefly talked about kind of that first principle thinking. What's the principle that you're trying to practice? Like a lot of people are having assumptions and kind of having these ideas of an absolute within their training that is really limiting their ability to kind of train. So like a lot of people are thinking, okay, I'm coming back to Chokuzuki and I'm punching straight. Like I started this position and this is the position I'm going to punch to when I finish. But that's an assumption. That's not based on the principles that we're practicing. The principles that we're practicing is that you are going to release that Uraken and then you're going to release that Chokuzuki. And then what happens from that has to be correct. If your principles are correct, then the result has to be correct. But the problem is that people are practicing from an assumption, and those assumptions are wrong, and therefore your practice is wrong no matter how hard you try. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because that's kind of important. Yeah? So my principle was that we're dropping, we're releasing, we're staying on the ball of our foot in order to kind of keep our stance alive. We're releasing that Chokuzuki, we're kind of poised ready, sorry, that Uraken, and then we're going to release that punch and then come back to kind of rest again. So that ultimately means that I'm dropping, snapping, making Uraken, and from that coil point, I'm going to punch. Now, if I punch across my body, there's a weak connection. So if I have to punch there, I have to step and punch. That's not what we're practicing. We're practicing that release, boom, release, and then rest. So I'm actually punching kind of like Gyakuzuki feeling 45 degrees then at rest. Understand? And so my point, I mean, we're moving on now, but my point is that a lot of people are making assumptions about their training and not freeing their mind and just basing their training on those kind of like first principles. Understand? If your principles are correct, no matter how well you're doing it, not how well you're doing it, how you're kind of executing it, it's going to be correct. Okay, next one, guys. Next one. Okay, so from here again, Shizentai. Yeah, I want you to kind of step and squeeze. This step and squeeze. Okay, then we're going to go other side, step and squeeze. So we're not lunging. We're kind of still maintaining Shomen. Step, little bit squeeze into your hip, not rotating, not turning. You're still keeping Shomen and back. Try. Okay, Ni, San, Shi, Go, Ruk, Shich, Hatch, Come, Jo. Okay, good. So have that same feeling of body invasion, right? So you're a little bit kind of getting out the way, kind of being reactive, being kind of connected on the ball of your foot, not flat-footed here, but ball of your foot, so your heel doesn't even touch the ground. You just spring from that arch of your foot on your calf, and then back to Shizentai. They swing, twitch, and then back. And then naturally, thinking maybe you get Amber Eye feeling, or maybe Nagashuke feeling, or just cover. Understand? Okay, give that a go, guys. Try. Let me see. Okay, Tamara, Elisabetta, Reva, David. Who else is doing it? Garmin. Who else can I name and shame? Shane. I can name and shame. Okay, Yame. Okay, look. Let me give you a closer, better angle. Okay, this is my legs and my hips, right? I am not rotating. So, like, again, this is that kind of assumption that people make. You know, if you're going to block it on Bra, you rotate and you turn this way, yeah? And you'll see this kind of like in MP, you know, where people turn away because you have to have an opposite rotation to make that Giran correct. And again, it's this kind of assumption that is kind of affecting how they move and kind of really taking away the validity of the movement, yeah? I am not asking you to rotate. In fact, I specifically said don't rotate. You're compressing into that hip, but that's different from rotating. I compress, squeeze, my body turns slightly as a result, but I don't rotate. So squeeze, not turn. There's a huge difference. Understand? Okay, give it a go, guys. Try. Any questions, just ask. Let's keep your back straight though, Linda. then Sam, your back heel can come off the ground. In fact, both heels should be off the ground. You're kind of still twisting in, Reva. Squeeze, compress your hip. Remember, guys, still like that basic premise of keeping your back straight, making sure that you're kind of moving from your center, don't over lean. Okay, keep those things going, yeah? Okay, Ame. Guys, can you feel yourself? Quite a few of you are rotating in, yeah? Like we have this, again, this, I would argue, this assumption that when we make Girambarai, then that has to take place, yeah? That opposite rotation. Whereas, like, you know, traditionally, Girambarai would be kind of with, like if you watch Pinan Nidan, for example, Pinan Nidan, like, there's an awful lot of rotating in. And when I first learned Heian Shodan in 1980, something or other, maybe, I don't know when it was. Like, when I first learned Heian Shodan, the first movement was this. And then what we did was that we rotated in to that point. And of course, Hamni was half facing. I mean, it literally means to see half. Hamni Han, as in Hangetsu, half moon Han, means half. Mimas, to see. It literally means to see half. It doesn't, so it means to see half. It doesn't mean like Mahamni like we do now. And the only way that we get Mahamni is by counter-rotating in. Do you understand? So like, it wasn't that long ago that we rotated in to get Ambrai. But now the basic kind of, again, assumption is that we rotate in opposition. And we have that opposition movement. So now that people are doing this in this exercise, you're naturally moving in opposition. Now, I want you to squeeze, but you are not rotating. You are not overly turning. You're maintaining that strong form and compressing your hip, compressing and back, compressing and back. Understand? Okay, let's try it by count. Okay, let's go right leg first. Right leg to the right. Okay, ich, ni, san, chi, go, look, chich, hach, kum, jaw. Okay, Ame, good. Sorry, somebody's sending. Okay, next one, guys. So I want you to feel like we're going, okay, let's just practice footwork first. Okay, so squeeze, we're going from here, squeeze and step. Okay, that's all I want you to do. And then we're going to come back. And then squeeze and step. And then come back, yeah? So it's one leg moving. Right leg move. And then back. Left leg. Okay, right leg. Okay, try that a couple times. Yeah, everybody got that? So you're stepping to your right and then stepping to your left. Or stepping to your left and stepping to your right. Okay, give it a go, guys. Keep your back straight, move from your hips, keep that heel off the ground so your kind of stance is alive constantly. And when I say step, I obviously don't mean, I mean move. Okay, yeah, mate, just watch. So don't think you're stepping with your right leg and then stepping with your left. Sorry, you're stepping with your right, stepping with your right. Yeah, you're not stepping with your right side and then stepping to your left side. No, you're shifting. Shift. Like, shift. Like, I'm seeing a lot of people move from their feet rather than move from your center. I know that sounds a little bit kind of like, you know, esoteric BS. But what I mean by that is that your center is carrying your limbs rather than your limbs pulling your center, yeah? So just shift feeling, yeah? This shift feeling rather than stepping and making the superficial shape. Okay, last minute, guys, last minute. Then, Anne, try to keep control of your upper body a little bit more, yeah? Your hands seem to be a little bit wild there, yeah? Dane, keep your back straight, though, for now. This is still kind of practicing those principles, yeah? Okay, good. Okay, so, exact same feeling, guys. Then you're shifting out of the way, yeah? Shifting, punch, relax. Come back. Shift, punch, come back. So this is important that you don't kind of move from your feet, because if you do, you'll time your fist with your foot, and then you'll end up doing oizuki. Again, this is not oizuki. Shift, release, relax, come back. Shift, release, relax, come back. So basically, Giranbarai, oizuki-ish, or Giranbarai, korozuki feeling, but you know, you get my sense. Okay, give it a go, guys. Try, let me see what you're doing. Annette, don't make gakuzuki though. You're making gakuzuki. It's not gakuzuki. Okay, yame. So Annette, you're doing gakuzuki. Elizabeth, you're doing oizuki. Like, again, it's that kind of assumption that, you know, we're doing karate, therefore oizuki is karate, gakuzuki is karate, and like, you know, I'm picking on YouTube, but like loads of people are doing this. Like, I want you to kind of get away from that and just what is the kind of first principle that we're practicing, and that is kind of, you know, firstly compressing your hip, secondly springing off the ball of the foot, thirdly releasing your weapon, whether that be defensively Giranbarai or offensively the punch, as you shift your weight. So like especially with the punch, yeah, people are kind of squeezing and then driving. Okay, this shape people feel comfortable with. Or squeezing and then driving. And again, this shape people feel comfortable with. No, like I said, I want you to move from your center. You know, this is free control. You're not looking for that over rotation and that shape. You're just connecting, relax. Connecting, relax. This, 1, 2, relax. Understand? Give yourself freedom to move away from those kind of, you know, assumptions. Basic technique, should I say. Any questions? Just ask. If not, practice. Perfect your waza. Alex, back straight though. Rolf, keep control more of your feet, yeah? Feel the floor with your ball of your foot, ball of your feet. Amelia, I can't see your feet, so I have no idea what you're doing. Just, you know, too much reverse Giranbarai, too much oizuki, yeah? Okay, yame, guys, just watch. Like, imagine. Maybe this is best, yeah? Like, okay, like, if Rue's gonna kick, you know, and I'm just connecting and then connecting, then this is where he is, yeah? I'm just connecting with that kind of technique, and then I'm gonna connect with that punch. What people are doing won't fit into reality. I just want you to react. This react feeling. You understand? React. Whereas people are kind of saying and then kind of attacking something. Now, like, for sure, like for every scenario that I can create and make my rationale work, you can create another scenario that will make your rationale work. But when you're consistently kind of, you know, following shapes, then what you're practicing is an assumption rather than a principle. And I want you to practice the principle, which is this compressed and release feeling. And then every time it's going to have that underpinning it, and it's going to be correct rather than making some generic shape that only works in one specific situation. You understand? So visualize what you're doing. Someone's attacking you, go on, you're releasing, and then you're punching, and then relaxing again, yeah? Okay, last minute, guys, give it a go. Keep your back straight though, yeah? Back straight, don't let your stance buckle, okay? And then your punching hand should move infinitely faster than your body, yeah? You're releasing your body, but boom, your hand goes fast. Andrew P. When I move, I feel the squeeze in my inner thigh muscles, and when I release that, it helps throw my oizuki. Is that correct, or should it be as you said on the yeah, Andrew, you like ball of foot, yeah? No one creates any explosive movement on the heel. We practice heel pivot, we practice staying on the heel for a whole host of really super important reasons, but when you start to free it up, ball of foot constantly. Always ball of foot. Allow your stance to be alive. Okay, last time, guys. Let's try spin power. Okay, we're going to spin forever with this. Okay, you ready? So, nice, relax. Let's go right, block, punch. Again, no big preparation. The more you prepare, the more you want that conclusion as being kind of anti-rotation. Just cut your hip. Just squeeze your hip into your side muscle, into your side leg without that rotation. Okay, let's try. Right side first. Inch. And knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Look. Chit. Back straight, Sam. Hunch. Come. Last one. Ah, yummy. Ah, relax. Ah, okay, good. Okay, then guys, want you to kind of create the same feeling, yeah? The same feeling, exactly what we've been doing. Okay, from here, just Shizentai, right? Okay, right leg back. Good, stall, knife hand block, here. And then drive, look at it, knee. And then come back, yeah? Okay, left leg, itch, knee. And back. Itch, knee. And back. Back straight, tailbone tucked in. Sam, chi. And back. Okay, go, look. And back. Shitch, hutch, back. Okay, one count, nice and relaxed. Okay, itch, knee, sa, she, go, rock. Okay, Yami. So, okay, look, basic kind of mechanics. Here's that. We are, I'm just get this angle right. Okay, so keeping our tailbone tucked in, keeping our back straight, preparing correctly, and then we're going to synchronize that rotation of our hip with the opening of our technique as we pull back to make stop in Kokusatsu, yeah? And then from here, use that back leg and that hip rotation to drive forward in a thigh muscle squeeze, kind of heel pivot, so we're kind of driving forward into sensei. That's the basic mechanics, yeah? But what's really important is, again, that fundamental principle, yeah? We've just been practicing that squeeze and then release feeling, yeah? So I really want you to think about, first of all, yeah, we've got that rotation. Yeah, we've got that big preparation, which leads to the counter rotation. We've also got that compression of our hip. So not just rotating, we're squeezing into our hip. So as we pull back that shito, it's this compression that we're trying to create. And then from that compression, we're going to release for nukite. Inner thigh muscle squeeze, and we're not going to kind of step. We're not going to step. We're going to drive. And then our legs will follow course. Drive from our sensei, inner thigh muscle squeeze, and our legs will follow course for nukite. Understand? Yes. So have that same kind of Tai Sabaki feeling, have that same compression of your hip as well this time as rotation. Also, stay light on your feet. Like your front heel should be off the ground in natural back stance, yes, slightly off the ground. And just feel that stance being alive. Understand? Yes. Go for it, guys. Try. Head up, Andrea. Come on, feel your body. Don't look at your body. Watch that stance, Annette. A little bit wobbly knee in the front. Beyond too pedestrian, too bog standard, too basic. Your technique has to be more alive than that, yeah? Everything's nice, everything's correct, stance, everything, but it has to be alive. There has to be a little sense of danger to it, yeah? Then just try not to allow your front foot to slide back into your back leg. Front foot should basically stay where it is. Heel can come off the ground, but you're stepping back in, and your front foot is sliding to your back leg. Then David, make sure straight line stance to shoulder width wide stance. Yeah, you're stepping back into like a shoulder width wide front stance. Sorry, shoulder width wide back stance.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then when you move into nukite, the front leg can move a little bit forward, or it still should stuck there?
No. So, okay, so just watch, you can see my feet, yeah? Okay, I'm gonna step back with my right leg, yeah? My left leg basically stays where it is because that's pushing my body mass into that back hip, hasn't moved. And I've got that position, now I'm gonna release forward, and it moves forward. As I release my center forward, that has to move to facilitate that. But what you're doing a little bit is you're stepping, and then your front foot is sliding back in to it, and then you're sliding back again. There's to be a sharpness, a cutting of it, yeah?
I understood. Oh, thank you.
Back straight, Annette, back straight. Okay, Yame, guys, just one more point. Like I just said it to Beyond, but I think like a lot of people, we spent so long kind of trying to get our Kihon correct and to get a kind of textbook, and that's super important, really, really super important. But like sometimes we can get fixated on just the shapes. Like we've said this many times before, yeah. Hang on, someone who's asking. Is the purpose of kokusatsu to store up energy? I'll answer that in a minute. So we spend so much time kind of making shapes and making correct form, and this is what karate is. This is the vast majority of what karate training is this type of training. But let's strip that away a little bit more. Let's try to constantly go to that first principle. What principle you try to practice? And then if you practice those principles, then no matter what shape you produce, no matter what kind of movement you produce, it's going to be correct. If you start from a correct point, then what happens after that has to be correct. But there's so much that's going on is about an assumption. There's an assumption that I have to make this shape, and there's an assumption that I have to make this shape. And so you just make those two shapes, and you think that that's what karate is. When obviously it's not that. It's the practicing of movement. So what I'd really like to have this feeling of making your stance alive. Yeah. So when you cut your hip back, you want to feel like you're cutting your hip back, not just rotating, but cutting your hip back into that leg. Having that kind of aliveness, that kind of readiness in your movement that can be instantly driven forward into that nukite, rather than in a very clean way, making back stance and it's correct, and making front stance and it's correct, but there's no kind of spark there. Do you understand? Okay, and second point, I'm just going to answer that question. Let me go back to it. So is the purpose of kokusatsu to store energy? Well, yes, no. What I would say is that the purpose of any stance is to project your center, as in project your body mass. You want to project your body mass forward, then you make this literally weight forward stance. Zen Kutsu Dachi is standing, literally means standing with your weight forward. Kokutsu Dachi is standing with your weight back. So if you want to be defensive, you're going to naturally make that. You want to be offensive, you're naturally going to make that. And then that's just been stylized to make these stances, right? So but to store up energy, you can't store up energy. I mean, there's the sense that you can store up elastic energy, but you can keep it for a couple of milliseconds, like this plyometric stretch shorten cycle. So if I use plyometrics to move quickly, then you literally have milliseconds to use that kind of stored up elastic energy. Dr. Payne is here, he'll confirm that. Give me a thumbs up, Doctor. I thought you were going to go like that then, but okay, give me 2 thumbs up. Okay, but you can't actually, okay, he's got a broken thumb. You can't actually store up energy. It just is. Yeah, I mean, energy is that mass and speed. It has to be in movement. So if you're still, you're not really you're not really storing up energy. So no, it's not about storing up energy. Yes, it's about projecting your weight, which is a little bit different nuance, yeah? Okay, any questions? No? Okay, let's try spin bar. One count. Okay, so, shito, nikite. Okay, you wait. Ich. Di. San. Shi. Go. Ro. Shit. Hutch. Come. And last one. Joe. Okay, I am. Okay. Okay. Guys, we've got time to one more, yeah? So, first exercise we did was like that Uraken Kurazuki feeling, yeah? So, that same sort of feeling. Okay, everybody from Shizenta, yeah? Okay, super basic, just Uchuke. So, stepping forward, Uchuke, and Gakuzuki ni. And then come back, yeah? And right side, ni. And back. Okay, santi. And go, and back. And shake. And back. Okay, ikyodo. 1 count. Okay, ich. Ni. Keep your head still going. Sa. She. Go. Rock. Okay, young man. Okay, so we haven't got long, but again, keep it alive, yeah? It's like what we're trying to practice. Like it's like too many of you are kind of rotating on the preparation, stepping forward and blocking. And this Gakuzuki is really labored. You're rotating and then punching with your shoulder, yeah? You want to have that kind of aliveness. You want to feel like you're connecting that preparatory hand to your hip, to your ball of your foot as you squeeze across your chest. So you're still maintaining shoman. Again, not rotating, squeezing into your hip to have that rebound drive forward. And then still have that power and your ball, your foot, your heel, your hip, boom, to drive forward. So you're having that kind of, like your stance is alive, yeah? Your stance is alive to produce those 2 techniques. You're remembering forward rather than making this labored about your upper body. You understand? Have the same intensity that you had when you were 1, 2 feeling, yeah? When you were releasing and releasing. The same feeling, yeah? Try, give it a go. Just turning your hip too early. Hip rotated too early. You rotate it and then execute it. Watch that knee, Linda. You're doing an Elvis impression. Pull deep, relax shoulders. Again. Good preparation, Reva, yeah? Still Kihon. There's no need to take shortcuts here. Elizabeth, still keep your form, yeah? There's no need to snap your Gakuzuki. You got to kind of twitch, like switch between one and the other, yeah? Raul, you're kind of rotating your hip just a little bit too early. And bend your knees, but don't allow your shoulders to go back. Bend your knees, squeeze your abdomen. Everything's connected, yeah? Abigail, you should be alive. Ping, 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 ping. And watch that back knee, it's sticking out as you block. Then Andrew, your movement from here to here should be as sharp as from here to here. But you're slowly and then quickly finishing. No, it is one movement. Okay, yummy. So, okay, a couple of things. So there is a kind of a lot of, like, I just picked Andrew up on doing it, but there's a lot of people who are slowly preparing and then quickly executing. So you're winding up and then quickly finishing, yeah? No, like that implies that in Uchuke there's two movements, a preparatory movement and an execution movement, yeah? When there isn't, there is just Uchuke. There's no two movements in it, there's just Uchuke. And so from the start to the end, that's the move. You do it speed and power, yeah? Also, like one other kind of the other end of the extreme is some people are just going direct and then Gakuzuki. You know, a little bit like we went direct to Raku. Well, like when we were doing that Tai Sabaki stuff at the beginning, that was just a little bit more free. Whereas now we're doing Kihon, you're stepping in a full stance. Yeah, you're going from Shizentai, you're going to step forward. There is time to go from here to this point to this point. You have time to do that, so you've got to be strict with yourself. Don't shortcut it, because you're not kind of pressing all the principles, all the first principles. At the same time, don't slowly prepare and then quickly execute as if it's two different elements. Understand? Okay, and last point that I was trying to get to when we were talking about kind of like this Tai Sabaki stuff, we were talking about kind of dropping our weight, storing it, and then releasing it for that punch. Well, then this is the same. The position I made here, like albeit kind of fairly alive and on my heel, is the same position as I make here, like albeit a little bit more dead, a little bit more on my heel, but still that kind of energy to be able to rebound forward again. You understand? Too many people are kind of stepping and they're a little bit dead, and it's just that rotation. No, you are driving forward, shifting your mass in. Understand? Okay, let's try it. Spin power. Left leg first. Okay, Yui. Inch. Knee. Sun. Kick. Go. Look. Sit. Hutch. Kick. Last one, guys, last one. Come on, yummy. And relax. Good. Okay, guys. That's it. Time is up. Last chance. Any questions? Ask now. Some people are making comments. Let me see if there's any comments. No. Just thanks. Any questions, guys? Everybody okay? No? We're all good? Okay, so like...
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
I was trying to find your FaceTime Live. that it's like it's 1 in the morning that you were doing this weekend? I couldn't find a link in Facebook. Is it up there?
So for the Kangeko, so we're only going to Facebook Live if we reach a max on the Zoom, and we didn't reach a max on the Zoom. However, Ru Sensei taught, and the full video of his class is on the HDKI.org website. So you go to HDKI.org and go to Headquarter Training, I think it is. There's a tab for it, and you'll find it there. So at the weekend, when there's more people, we may have to go to Facebook Live, but we're only going to Facebook Live if the Zoom maxes out.
Are you doing it on your Zoom that's for this class also? Is it the same numbers as your regular Zoom class?
Yeah, we've got 2 Zoom accounts. So this morning we had 132 people training. So we had this one, which was maxed out, and then we had Ross Sensei's Zoom account, which got up to wherever it got up to. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll be running those 2 accounts, and if we go beyond 200, then we'll do Facebook Live as well. But either way, at the end, every day, it'll be uploaded to the HDKI.org website.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Okay, anything else, guys?
Sensei, I need to know, is Abigail as tall as me or taller? Hi, Abigail.
Abigail is way taller than you now.
No way, no way, really?
Yami, any serious questions so we can finish it? I can go home for my dinner. Stop fighting. This is a joker. Okay, guys, put together, hands by your side. Nate Walls.